Hi guys. So, was kind of drawn to do a reading for the collective for the witches. Now that I'm able to read, um, so can't read if you can't see, right? So yeah, I've been gone. Had to do things like uh the audio way. So now that I've gotten to the doctor and gotten my stuff under control, um, we're gonna have issues with this. I can already tell. So, anyway, I did a reading for the collective, so give me a second and we're going to get the cards that I used. Okay, so, because I'm having issues with my stand. So, the Wizard's Tarot, and you can see who that's by in the backup so you can kind of see the whole box. Trish over at Witch of the Dismal Swamp was asking me about that. I was kind of in the mood to do like alternate universe or fantasy. That's kind of what I felt like I was being drawn to. So, that's the first one. And I haven't used this deck yet. You guys saw I had it a couple months back. This is Los Scarabeo deck. And it's by Palolo Palo, I cannot read. Sorry about the lighting. So this is Universal Fantasy. I can't read the guy's last name. Can't pronounce it. I have, Fantastical Creatures Tarot, and that's by the lighting. Sorry. I tried to do it this way because I thought it looks to me like the lighting's better, but it's not better for the camera. So, have to figure that out. There we go. Universe Fantastic Creatures Tarot. Of course, we have one of the Steampunk Tarots. I can't read who that's by. The print's too small. Then the another Steampunk Tarot that I got, Wisdom, yeah, the Wisdom from the Gods. You guys, I did kind of a walkthrough, and a couple people thought it was a cool deck. So, I'm going to be using that. Of course, my Everyday Witch that I've had forever. Then we're going to move on to the Oracles. Okay, so I had this one for a really long time, and I never read the book. The Raven's Wand Oracle, and that's by Stephen Hunton. I guess it's based off the book. I never read the book, so I have no clue, but this was like the only like other fantasy deck that I had. And then of course, because this one I was like really excited about, Wisdom of the Hidden Realm. I think I did a walkthrough on that one. I've been waiting years for that Oracle deck. And then the Malsola Tarot that I got, and a couple people like, oh, this camera, can't get any better lighting. So this deck, and now I guess we're going to get a storm because it was really bright in here earlier. So, there's that deck. Okay, so my hand's probably going to be shaky. Sorry. I can't get my stand to set up right, and get decent lighting. When I started doing this, the lighting was great. Now it stinks. So, we have, the Seven of Labyrinth, or Six of Labyrinth, the Six of Engines, and then we have, the King of Swords, and I got those out of place, and this is the Los Scarabeo deck, so, the Five of Swords, and then uh, Eight of Cups, and then I cannot read the print with this. I guess it's Four of Pentacles. So, anyway, let me grab my stuff that I got from the reading. And then we'll just do it that way, because I can't with this light. Okay, so we're going to start off with the fact that somebody, let me take these glasses off, because that's not helping me either. Okay, so, somebody, because there's just like a ton of stuff here. So somebody has been like working on, like really been diligent on a project that they've been working on. And they've really accomplished a lot with that. So they need to take a step back and just kind of look at what they've done, the goals that they've reached, because they've really been working hard on reaching goals. They just need to kind of take a step back and admire their handiwork, and give themselves like a pat on the back. But maybe somebody else who's been working on something and they've been stuck, just kind of take a step back from it from a minute, and then like go back to it and kind of look at it from a different perspective. Also, if you've been working with a team to do whatever this project is, you need to be sure and show thanks to those that have been working with you, be it people in your community, be it ancestors, guides, whatever. You really need to take an effect and appreciate that you didn't get there on your own. But if you did get there on your own, don't let it go to your head. You need to be proud of yourself, but don't let it go. Don't let it go to your head. Look at it. You are about to receive your just rewards for the hard work that you've done. That's the other reason why you need to be grateful. Because if we keep taking and taking, you don't get anything back from that. But again, though, too, because if you don't, because people are gonna be jealous of you because of what you accomplished, because they've accomplished nothing, probably because they've just been sitting and not putting any effort into anything. So, you're going to have your haters, and you really just need to be careful of that. And there's also a lot here with isolation, because somebody who's kind of stuck, they need to go back to the beginning about the old ways, the way people used to do things, especially with history. Because you've been feeling disconnected. And it's funny, I was talking to Blue Knight about the same thing Saturday night. You need to reconnect. You need to be studying, and there's a lot here with isolation. And you need to remember that isolation, somebody was also saying this, that I'm mutuals with over on TikTok, and she said, isolation is a preparation, it's not a punishment. So you need to be thinking about that, because you got the globe here and all of his books. So, and another thing is, probably need to be, if you've got the money and the resources, you need to be kind of storing up and stocking up on your books, and going back and studying the books that you have, or your sources, your notes, your grimoires, whatever. You need to go back to the beginning, so that you can reconnect, and also for future use. And don't focus so much on your future that you let the present pass you by. There's going to be a time and a place for everything. And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Um, you know, just kind of stay in that whole mode. You're keep going over and over something that's working for you. You need to find what works for you, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Um, there's and gather up what you need for self protection. Your wards, whatever you do within your home and within your family, because there's going to be like a lot of issues with you coming across like kind of vampiric and negative energies. So you're going to need to be like studying and preparing for that. um this wall, I mean, again, don't be so prepared for the battle that you're letting life pass you by. Just kind of, you know, have have everything there, like your tornado, your emergency kits. Kind of look at your spell work and things that way. But this wall that you've got going on, um, it's weighing you down and it's burdening you, and you need to kind of shake some of that off. There's a need for cleansing, a lot of stuff to do with water, um, and kind of get some of that off of you because it's really like weighing you down. You need to gather what's important and take stock of that. Um, you know, uh, something to do with water. Um, and I looked up the spiritual, because it to me looks like a salmon. So there's got something to do with salmon, and that's abundance, renewal, rebirth. Um, the old ways, like she's using like a cup. And there's a wise woman that's trying to get in touch with you, or a deity. I'm getting a lot like to do with deities if you're one who works with justice deities. Um, Deities concerning water, like Sedna, Danu, Hecate is coming in really strong, um, because and there's a woman, because the transitioning of the hair, it looks to me like the hair. So if you're a woman who's going through some type of life transition, just kind of slow down, and you got to go with the flow. And there's got to be a lot to do with emotional regulation and emotional balance. Um, getting getting that type of stuff like in order, and it's about the sisterhood, community, especially with women right now, because I'm really getting like you need to really be talking to women and kind of gathering things up. And there's because it's in here, and it's in this, if you can see the two faces. You've got an older woman, whether she's a guide or an ancestor, I don't know which, but she's trying to communicate with you and talk to you, and she's basically an older, wiser woman, and she's trying to teach you, and somebody's not like listening um, to that. Another thing is, and this is really, so you really need to be connecting with guides, deities right now, and your familiars. There's something going on with a familiar, and it's paying attention to something that you're not paying attention to. So, if you do any kind of types of divination to a spirit animals, Patronus, whatever, you need to really be paying attention to that. Because it's a black cat too, though. There's also something here with protection. Um, Let me see, make sure, because I have everything written down, and now I'm all flustered because my stand wouldn't work. Let me just, yeah, you really need to be very selective about who you're giving information to. That's That's also another thing. Somebody, you've got a really negative person in your life or around you, that's got something on you that you didn't realize that they had. Um, and they're sitting on it. And so, whatever things you got, somebody's got something over you. So you kind of need to clear the air. Whatever secrets or things you don't want people knowing about. Um, that's also to do with shadow work. Sitting on the box and keeping it in the box. It's not doing any good. Also, um, again, with storing stuff away and keeping stuff in storage, and you really need to be careful about the things that you make public. There's probably some things that you need to keep private and let it stay private, and kind of keep it off to the side and store it off somewhere, because you never know when you're going to need it. I'm not talking about monetary. I mean, money, yeah, if you can put money back. If there's things that you're not using or you don't want anymore, maybe kind of give that out to the community, to somebody else who could use it, and store it away and keep it for when they need it. Let me see. Didn't have it set up, because when I'm trying to look at cards and read, you need to be really selective about and very vetting who you let in and out of your life. Because there's just like this really negative person that's entered or is kind of off watching to the side, because obviously you're being watched, because the thing with the windows and the reflection. So that's another thing. You need to be working more with water, and reflections. So and then we're gonna do, I'm having so many issues, I'm not gonna read the definitions from the oracle, I don't think, but let me try. Okay, so with the Hidden Realm, we had the Sun Dancers, we have the Thinker, and then we have this with Old Ghosts. That's weird. So something weird's happening with my phone. Okay, I've never noticed that on my phone before, so I don't know what the deal is. So I'm just gonna go through and do what I had intuitively from it. I'm gonna see what the deal is with this phone, and then I'll kind of read the definitions. So you need to be taking time to celebrate, make the most of what you've got when it comes to the joy in your life. Celebrate that. Celebrate yourself. Celebrate all the positives in your life. And just take that time to just dance around your house when nobody's listening. With the Thinker, the father of knowledge, that's somebody who's kind of been there, done that, and has learned all that they think that they know. But sometimes it's one way, though, is that you need to be willing to let those that you don't think, that are kind of new to the game, you need to be willing to learn from them. And another good way of learning is to teach. So maybe get out and start teaching people how, especially within this community, and exchanging knowledge and learning from each other. And here with Old Ghosts. And again, I'm just going to do this one intuitively, because I don't know what this phone's doing. With Old Ghosts, people that have made a mark on your life, whether it be positive or negative, and you have that sentimental attachment, you keep kind of looking back. Maybe you feel like you're going through something and you look back on your life and see how maybe you dealt with the situation in the past, or how you survived whatever it was, or what you learned from it. And you've kind of made that into a statue, and you keep going and you revisiting. And every time you revisit the statues of those that have whether they've left your life for due to death, or you don't associate with them anymore. It's like you've created this statue and you keep revisiting the statue. And um, as you grow and evolve as a person, and you keep going back and looking at the statues, you're going to look at it from differently each time. There's going to be things within the statue that you didn't notice before. So maybe try to like lessen going back and revisiting that, and only do that like when you need to. So I'm gonna have to start trying to reorganize this and figure out different ways to do this, because I'm doing 3 things at once and it's really getting frustrating. And I don't know what the deal is with this phone. There's this red thing popping up. I don't know what that is. So it may be I've got too much stuff on here. So I'm going to be back and do some more videos and kind of get rid of some things on these phones and this camera that I need to get rid of so I have more storage. So again, guys, peace, love, and light. I hope this reading helped, and if it resonated, and if it don't apply, let it fly, all that good old stuff. So I'll see you guys on the next video. Blessed be.